Alright, so this is a little bit different of a video than I typically do. It's actually one that I love doing because it's more personal. I'm sitting outside on a beautiful day today. Happy Sunday to everyone watching. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update and talk about some exciting things for me that are coming to the channel in the future. So, I guess first for a little bit of context, so I have been trying to make YouTube videos for a long time. Not YouTube videos, but YouTube channels. I've always been interested in the ability to be creative online and make my own videos and make my own content. And in the beginning, something I tried to do was make programming related content because I'm in software engineering and I thought it would be fun. And it was a little bit of fun, but I can't say it necessarily fulfilled me. It wasn't something that I was very excited to come back home and do, just make these programming videos. So then I thought to myself, well, what is a hobby that I actually like? And I do enjoy walking, so I tried to also make some walking videos, literally just me walking and talking. And those were fun, but then it sort of took the joy out of walking because now it felt like it was a chore. I literally used to take the GoPro and strap it on with this like harness that I had and just not paste it, but attach it to my chest. It was like the chest mount for the GoPro and just walk in my neighborhood. But, it was very hard to talk for like an hour consistently every day about just random things. Like a lot of the times we're just doing the same thing every day, right? We have our routines, so it's hard for anything novel to come out of that. So I really thought to myself, a long time ago, like I started this channel like 8 months ago and I wanted to start doing it about mindset. And then I made some videos, then I stopped. And 3 weeks ago, I thought again to myself, what is something that I really enjoy? And I know that what I like to do is help people. I've always liked to help people. I always felt that if I had another life, I would have been a doctor or something, or maybe not a teacher, but just been in a different career where I can help more people. I love talking to people. I love using my social skills and my soft skills to, just live my life. And I thought, what can I do to, I guess, put that into motion? How can I flex these skills? So what I started doing was making these videos that hopefully some of you have gained some wisdom from and you guys have enjoyed watching it. I thought, like, why not share my experiences working in my company for the last 8 years and just talk about my day-to-day activities, from getting promoted or being likable at work and taking care of your mental health and so on and so forth. So many people look at me like I'm insane when I tell them I've worked in the same place for 8 years because I feel like so much of what we hear in society today is to escape the matrix and leave your job and job hop. But I feel like the reality is that not everyone wants to do that, and many of us have 9 to 5 jobs. So instead of thinking about how to run away from them, maybe we should learn about how to develop the right mindset and attitude to be able to enjoy it. Because I don't know about all you, but I have found a lot of enjoyment from my 9 to 5. It has brought me a lot of great things, and I think that's because of the mindset that I've developed. And it wasn't always like this, but over time and just really thinking about what this job gives me, it allows me to go on nice trips and go on nice dates with my wife and enjoy times with family and friends and, aspire to these creative endeavors that I have. So a 9 to 5 can be very fulfilling. And I think instead of telling everyone to leave theirs in pursuit of something better, maybe you should water the grass where it's closest, right? Not necessarily think about something else every single time you join a company. So that's what the whole channel is about. And in the last couple of days, I wanted to take this a little, a bit further. So what I did was, using some of my, I guess, software engineering skills, I created a very basic website. And I'm going to give, after this part of me talking outside, I'll switch to like a different talking head video where I'll give a tour of the website. But it's really just a blog you can think about, where I just have different blog posts for each of the videos that I've made. I know that some of you maybe don't want to watch the videos, but you can go on the website and you can read a summary of all the different videos, and the YouTube video is also on the same blog post. And I even started a newsletter, so if you want, you can subscribe to the newsletter, which I'm calling the Declassified Career Survival Guide, so that way you'll be notified of whenever I make new videos and new blog posts. So hopefully in this way, you can learn about my insights, and hopefully it will resonate with some of you out there. I know that there's probably a lot of us that go every single day to work, just like the rest of the world. We have our 9 to 5s, and sometimes we feel this pressure that we have to do more or leave or feel a certain way. But I feel like there's so much joy that you can gain from your career, and maybe that's something that we should start teaching more people. So I'm going to probably switch a little bit to my site, but just wanted to announce this. And then something else I wanted to announce was that the reason I haven't come out with a new video, I do have an idea, and I already made a video. The next video I'm making is about asking for what you want. I think so many of us are blocked by not just simply asking for something. So many of the opportunities that I've gotten in my life have been because I've asked for it, and I want to sort of teach people that mindset. but I felt like I wanted to take things a step further. So every single day I'm learning new editing techniques with my video editing software like Premiere Pro, and I don't have an editor that works with me. I'm just trying to learn all this on my own, trying to be like an indie hacker, so to speak, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm just continually trying to sharpen my skills and add some ideas for some ways I wanted to improve my existing video. So that's why it's taking me a little longer. So the videos might come out a little bit slower, but just so you know, I have a ton of ideas, and I'm always willing to engage the community if you all have any ideas of yourselves, things that you'd like for me to talk about. And yeah, so I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. I do have a blog section that I hope to release pretty soon, where I'll have some other unrelated topics to talk about there, and of course they can always be transformed into videos in the future. But with all that said, I guess let's go ahead and do a tour of the website. And again, thank you for everyone that watches. I really hope this content resonates with some of you all out there, and let's just enjoy to love our lives and enjoy our 9 to 5s. So I'll see you all on the tour next. Thank you. Okay, so here's the part where I did the little tour of the website. So it's a very simple website. Just want to give you all a brief overview. So this first page right here is the home page. Eventually there will be sort of a blog section that I plan on adding next to this link here. You can see here it just says, welcome to my little nook in the internet. This is where I write, reflect, brainstorm, and hopefully inspire those in corporate America to cultivate a fulfilling life with their 9 to 5 jobs. And one of the newer things I added is some links down here to my YouTube channel, also my GitHub profile, and that way if you want to email me, you can also email me by clicking this link down here. So if anyone that's in tech and is familiar with this sort of stuff, you can see that I have my YouTube profile here, which some of you may already be familiar with, and also I have my GitHub because I figured, since I'm in tech, I might as well link to there, just because I think it'd be cool to sort of get involved more with the community. So the thing that I'm most excited for is the career survival guide here. So here I just give sort of an intro, kind of what I already talked in the video, so I'll skip that part. But here we can see we have the ability for you to filter some posts, so I can enter a keyword like want, for example, and we'll get both of these. And then also, if you want, you can subscribe to the newsletter, which I highly recommend you all do. Right now it's not automated, so it's gonna be manual in the sense that every time I write a post, I'll need to manually push out a new newsletter, but it's something that I'd be very excited to do. So trust me, if you subscribe, you'll definitely get notified when that happens. And then, like I said, we have all the different posts here. So these are different blog posts for all the different videos that I've made. So for example, if you want to learn more about the promotion framework, you see here that we're taken to this blog post. It gives you sort of an average time to read, and then you can just read through it. So settling into your new role, becoming effective and identifying key impact areas, developing and implementing impactful actions, getting promoted, so on and so forth. And then of course you have a link to the video on the bottom if that's still something you're interested in doing. So the point here is that a lot of us, we have shorter attention spans, including myself. It's something I definitely struggle with. And also some of us just like to digest new information in different ways. So I figured this would be a cool way to keep people engaged and still give them the information in a shorter way, that way they can still get and use in their day-to-day careers. So this is something that I'm very excited to do. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it makes me very excited because not only do I get to use my software skills, I also get to, still be in the creative space of the videos and the programming and the blog posts. So as more and more people give me feedback about this and subscribe to the newsletter, you can only imagine that things will get better, and it will motivate me to continue making these videos, as I've had so much doing so already. So like I said, in the future, there'll be a blog and a lot more stuff. So appreciate you all watching this video. I will continue to work on this, and every time you go on the website, don't be surprised if you notice updates. Maybe it's something that when I do update, I'll notify people ahead of time in the blog section whenever I get that out. But with all that being said, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you all in the comment section. Let's engage. Tell me about your struggles at work, or just tell me what you think in general about life, and let's take it from there. So as always, I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.